All right. Good evening, everyone. This is Nithya Ramachandra from the NR Sports Show. This is episode 862. We're joined by returning guest Sara Hodges for the third time. Thank you for coming on the show again, Sara. How are you, and how are you and your family doing? The last time we spoke, and obviously you're a talented sports journalist. And first of all, thank you again for coming on, and congrats on your engagement again. And how are you guys doing?
Yeah, everything's good. Appreciate it. Family's good. Everybody's happy and healthy, so no complaints. Just feeling blessed and all of that.
Yeah, so I wanted to get you back on here because obviously a lot of things are going on in the sports world, and but I want to ask you first, what's it like being back in the studio just to cover sports again in with your coworkers, and just what's it feeling like just to be back in the studio now, finally?
Way better. Like I like being in the studio way more than I liked working from home. It's just like when you're home, you want to be home. Like
Yeah,
I understand people like working from home because it gives you a little bit more freedom. But for me, with like what we're trying to do, like in studio, just the way it looks, it's so much better. It's you can do so much more. Like trying to, you know, watch four different games from home is hard. Whereas work, I have four different TVs. I can kind of try to keep track. Obviously the technology is way better at work. And when you try to, host 30-minute shows and all that, you kind of have to be in studio for that. Nobody wants to sit there and like look at just a single shot of you
yeah.
with an ugly background. So
Yeah, so what's it like? No, so like being back in studio uh, and with your coworkers. Just tell me like what sharing stories again and cover. What's that like though? This is see. What was the first thing you guys said when you guys the first time you went to into the studio?
geez, that's a good question. The first thing we said, probably just like, hey, missed you, but at first it was just super weird because there were so many regulations. Like I couldn't be in the same sports office as Marshall, and I had to like edit in a different edit bay and work in a different edit bay. And it was a little bit challenging because you're trying to toss ideas. Like we're putting together this 30-minute show and you're trying to come up with all these good ideas. And I have to like call him on the phone or like, and we still have to wear our masks. But now, if you're fully vaccinated, then you can be maskless, and we're allowed to be back. Well, Marshall is now in Chicago, so
Yeah.
he's not here anymore. But I have a gentleman, Charlie Walter, we have as a freelancer, who's awesome, and he has been in the office with me, and it's been so much easier because whatever ideas we have, we can toss them, back and forth, and they're right next to each other instead of being like across the way, and it's just a little bit back to normal, like not fully, but mostly. So it's been
We,
nice.
we gotta get Taylor Tannenbaum working with you because you guys make a good 1-2 punch, in my opinion.
Yeah, we do. I know.
We got
That would be awesome.
gotta convince her to
It's,
come. Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like we look so much alike that I don't know who would hire us both, but maybe you never know.
Yeah. So before we get into like the biggest sports headlines, I want to get to your video that I reposted with you were breaking down the Dodgers game, and then get one of the best news person out there, Gail King, saw your video, and then man, what was that feeling like when she saw your video, and did you reach out to her after that?
I didn't reach out to her, but I just reposted it and I added her in it, and it was cool. Like I just woke up that morning and I had like some tweets from coworkers just saying, she loves you, and I watched it, and it's what's nice about it is like I am 100% fully myself, like on air, in person, whatever. And it's nice that I can do that. And it's nice that people can recognize, like, oh, okay, and enjoy who I am. So, I mean, it's cool. It was really cool. It felt really good, especially like, after working so hard, so many years, just grinding it out and getting recognition like that, it just kind of confirms that you're in the right place and you're doing the right thing, and being you is showing.
Yeah. Not, I liked it when you said not no more. That was the best part. That was the best part of the video.
And I'm trying to incorporate it now, like in like every sports cast, just like if I can, Like
Yeah.
I had my 30-minute show last night and we talked about Cam Champ and just missing the cut the past like 10 tournaments, and because he just won the 3M yesterday, and I was like, not no mo, just throw it in there.
Yeah. So for you as a reporter, journalist, and obviously big time for all of us actually. So what's it like just seeing sports being back and fans, especially fans in the stadiums, which is mostly important because some of these players feed off the fans. And what's it like just seeing them back now?
Well,
Cool.
it's crazy because I feel like players feed off the fans, and so do I. Like when I go to games, I feed off of the fans. It's so much fun having fans back in the arena. It's really what you do it for. Like I remember when I got into the business and why I decided to be a sports broadcaster and journalist is like, A, I love sports. So what's if I can't be out there playing, and if I'm not coaching, then what can I do to like get that feeling? And it was like, be a reporter, being in the action, being able to tell the story through a perspective of somebody who like loves sports, and that energy energizes you, and it carries you through your shows, and it was so cool. I remember Friday Night Football, the first game back, and I was out there shooting the game because I also like will shoot high school games if need be. And I was out there shooting the game, and fans were back and they were just like cheering, and it felt so surreal and like so different. My dogs.
Oh, nice.
Wow,
A beautiful dog. What's that, pit bull?
Yeah, she's a pit. She's just, I don't know why she's over here just crying. Now she is. Probably because I've been working so much and I'm finally home.
Yeah.
Today's my day off, so.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, she's beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I love her.
Yeah. What's her name?
Rain.
Oh, nice.
Rain. Yeah, I have Rain, Zeus, and I have Prince. And Prince is 14. He's a 14-year-old husky. So I have 3 dogs.
Wow.
Yeah. Rain was not supposed to be mine. She was supposed to be my cousin's, but then the COVID happened and my cousin lost her job, so I just took her.
Yeah, we have a golden doodle. So.
I love golden doodles.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
I'll send you a picture of her. So she's beautiful too. So I want to ask you though, obviously, with the NBA Finals finishing, what was your thoughts on these NBA Finals? And obviously, it was nice to see new, fresh teams in there instead of seeing the same exact teams. And obviously, the Bucks capped it off with the championship. What was that like? What was it like seeing a new team finally winning a championship?
I enjoyed it so much. Like I didn't really have a dog in the fight necessarily. Like I'm a Lakers fan. So as soon as the Suns eliminated us, I was like, the Suns are going to go all the way. Like they're unstoppable. Just mind you, we didn't have a fully healthy team. That had a lot to do with it. If we were fully healthy, it would have probably been a different story. But I was excited for CP3. I wanted to see him get a ring, but honestly, like I was happy to see Giannis get a ring just, equally as much as it's something about just how he stuck with the Bucks, very Kobe-ish in my opinion, not necessarily chasing the ring, but like gonna let the franchise build around him and get it there. And it just means more, and that's not to, that's no shot towards people who do that. Like everybody's got to do what they got to do, right? Like we all have, things that we want to accomplish in life, and we're going to get them how we get them, so I'm not doubting or saying that it's less than, but it's refreshing to see. It was cool to see him get a ring, stick with it. He's been there like 8 years and grinding it out. And a lot of people, especially nowadays, like we want instant gratification. A lot of people don't want to go through the trials and tribulations that it takes to be super successful and to build, a championship team. And the fact that he did it and stuck with it and had a good attitude. And I think that we can all just kind of take a learning lesson out of that. And Giannis is just, I mean, you can't not like him. He's just a good person.
I mean, he could have left easily, but he decided to stay a loyal person. He's like Damian Lillard, loyal. But this Bucks team is going to be a force to be reckoned with, and I like the way they play. And but I want to ask you about the celebrations, because the next day Giannis went to Chick-fil-A, got ordered a piece nugget, and then after scoring 50 points in that game, what was your reaction to that? And what's it like to sing like celebrate after like winning a championship? These celebrations could be funny as hell.
Yeah, no, like it's so great. Like what's so funny to me? It's just how like Giannis has completely adopted the culture of like NBA basketball, American basketball, just like everything that comes along with it. Like that's so like ordering a 50 piece after scoring a 50 piece. It's just, that's like such an American culture thing to do. Like, I don't know. I think it's just so cool and funny that he is just like totally like keeping up with it. And, I don't know. It was great. And then PJ Tucker, just
Yeah.
like the ace of
Campaign.
spades, yeah, I love it. Like, it's just another thing. Like, I don't know. It's just great. That's what it's about. I love it. It's so much fun to watch, and you love to see it for them. For me, like, people are like, think that, how can you shouldn't have to say like who you're a fan of, because then people are going to think you're biased. But like, in reality, like, it's so easy to not be biased. Like, doing my job, like, yes, I love the Lakers, but if they're playing like crap, I'm going to say it. And if the better team won, then the better team won, and so I can easily be happy for any team, and any player, because it's about individuals, and it's about seeing hard work pay off.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's fun to see that.
Yeah, so now it's gonna be fun with the NBA free agency coming up, and a lot of things can happen. I actually a trade just went down in the NBA just now before Eric Bledsoe and Valanciunas, I think. But since you're a Lakers fan, let me ask you this: do you see a banana boat reunion coming to you with CP3, Carmelo? The only player we're missing is Dwayne Wade because he's retired. But do you think you guys are gonna get CP3 and Carmelo?
I don't think so. No, I think
Because you guys are looking for a point guard. So Westbrook, they want Westbrook or Chris Paul, I heard. So let's see.
oh no, I'll take Dame. I haven't looked at too much into that, to be quite honest with you. I've been so busy covering what I got going on over here. The Lakers trade that's on my mind is the Buddy Hield and Kyle Kuzma, just because that's obviously the market that I'm in. But
Yeah.
I kind of like CP3. Like, I wouldn't mind obviously having CP3. Don't get me wrong. Like, obviously that would be insane, but I guess we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I can already see the hate coming though. I can already see it. I can already feel it. Even with you saying that, I'm like, oh great, here we go. The hate is a coming.
Yeah. So since you cover Sacramento, the Kings, obviously in that field, what do you think the trade rumors? Do you think that will happen? Tell me about that trade rumors with Buddy Hield and Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, Buddy Hield and Kyle Kuzma. I mean, it could happen. I think I was just actually talking about this on my show last night with Damian Barling. He works for ESPN 1320, and it's just such an interesting trade. Like, I guess it would be like beneficial for the Kings just because of cap space, getting rid of Buddy, and really Buddy's not happy here. Like, it's pretty obvious. Personally, I would like the trade. I'm a Lakers fan. I would take Buddy over Kyle. Like, Kyle just does not do it for me at all. He hasn't. I remember last season, coming out of the bubble, LeBron James said like Kyle Kuzma is going to be the most improved player. And I was really hoping for that.
Yeah.
But it's like, the King says this about you, and then you come and you just perform so average. It's just, he doesn't do it for me. I'm not a huge Kyle Kuzma fan, like basketball fan. Individually, I don't know, could be great. I don't know, but just not, I won't be sad to see him go.
So speaking of LeBron, what are your thoughts on his new movie Space Jam 2? I love it. I actually the graphics are amazing what they did, and it's truly remarkable what they did with Space Jam. But what are your thoughts on LeBron with the Space Jam 2?
Just, it solidifies just how talented he is in every single aspect. Everything he does is pretty much gold. LeBron's the GOAT. Like, he really is. Like, you can't hate on him.
Yeah. So last two things here before I let you go. What are your thoughts on the Olympics so far? If you're watching it, I know obviously,
Yeah.
but when you have
I've been watching as much as I can. I watched this. The skateboarding was so fun to see. Like, I love that they have skateboarding now in the Olympics, and watching these young girls just like totally go at it, like kick flips, grind, like down these steps. I'm like, what? Like, I was a skateboarder when I was a little girl, and like the most I would even attempt was a flip clip. Like, and I could like ollie, and I could do like, I would try to grind and do little things, but like, nobody wants to fall. And so like the amount of times that they're just like abusing their body like that is just, it's so impressive to me. It was so much fun. The women's softball, am a huge softball fan, which is like I never played softball at all growing up, but I just love like covering softball is what made me fall in love with it. Like their chants in the dugout, just their antics. It's just so great. And it's so fun to watch. It actually, because it kind of moves quickly.
Right.
A lot like quicker than like baseball, I feel. It's just, I don't know, it's just something about softball. I enjoy it better than women's basketball,
Oh, wow.
which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends.
Hey, but the walk-off win yesterday was huge, and I think they have a chance to win gold. This softball team is amazing to
Yeah.
watch.
They played against Mexico. We have a local girl that is on the team, Ali Aguilar, and she scored the only 2 runs to beat Mexico.
Wow.
And so it was cool. They haven't been airing yet. I haven't been able to see. I just watch highlights because they don't have it on prime time.
Yeah, the time difference is kind of weird, but yeah.
I know it's throwing me off.
Yeah.
But no, it's been fun. Like obviously, I watched some gymnastics last night. We made a few mistakes. It's so crazy to me because I watch and I think it's perfect. I'm like, oh my gosh, and they're like, oh, she took an extra step back.
Yeah.
Put her legs together. That's gonna look bad. I'm like, what? She just did like 5 flips in the air. Like. I don't know. It's great though. I love the gymnastics portion of it. I love the swimming. Like I love it all. I really do. Like, I wish I understood the Olympics more. Like I need to like get better at that because it's kind of confusing.
And it's weird not seeing fans there. It's not the same.
Very weird. Yeah.
But the last thing here before I let you go, outside of your work, do you have anything else coming up for yourself, your team, or?
I mean, what do we have coming up? I mean, basically football season starting. I'm about to get extremely busy.
49ers, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already busy as it is. And right now we're trying to fill a spot in the sports,
okay.
In our sports department. So
we're still waiting.
Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, no, email my news director, you're real.
Yeah.
So no, yeah. So we're trying to find that person, Marshall, it's really big shoes to fill. Yeah. He was amazing for my career, for my growth in the past like 2 years. So it was so sad to see him go, but we're just, or I'm excited to see who we hire and get busy because we got a lot of work coming up. We have more games on our air this year. We have preseason 49ers games on our air. So it's just a lot of work. Last night I worked a very long day on Sports Sunday. So today I'm just going to run some errands, get some stuff done and I get some rest. And I slept until like almost noon today. So that was great. Just reset for the week to come because we are about to camp starts next week, Tuesday. It's about to get busy, crazy.
There you have it. That wraps up episode 862 with returning guest Sara Hodges. She's a talented sports journalist. Go follow her on all social media formats. She's truly inspiring, one of the best out there. Man, thank you again for coming back on the show, Sara. Continued success, and I love what you do, and you and your family stay safe.
I appreciate your kind words.
Anytime.
Yeah.